Doom.
Welcome on in, everybody. We are here in the playoffs of the Eternal Conflict Season 1. Over 1,500 euros prize pool. And if you would like to support, there's a link in chat. Well, let's go ahead and talk about how we got into Towers of Doom for map number 1. The coin flip was won by the members of DeepDiveXtreme, so they opted in for first pick priority. Rip will be choosing map, which is Towers of Doom. This is a best of 5 series, so only one ban per team, and unfortunately for Forget What, Alterac Pass was banned away by DeepDiveXtreme, and Battlefield of Eternity will be banned away by Rip, so we're heading into Towers of Doom. And we'll go ahead and get you all a Twitch prediction written and rolling, and we will find out who's going to be victorious. We have 2 best of 5s today, and then we have got some StarCraft 2 casting, so we got a nice chunky day of streaming, casting, and fun for all of you. Vikings will be banned away, Blaze removed as well. There are no tournament shenanigans, no baseline bans, no carryover bans. It is all 90 heroes available for Heroes of the Storm. Vala did have a W bug, which was fixed, and Zagara had a bug on her level 13 Hydralus Transfusion, which was fixed from my understanding as well. I believe all characters should be playable unless someone has different information in chat, but I do believe they are fixed, as the Johanna, Blaze, Vikings, and Probius will be banned away, as Rip does play Probius, and it works really, really well. First pick Maev, though, not too upset about that. I have no idea how I'm going to say that that Maev's name, because I don't know how to pronounce a backwards R. Russian letters are confusing. So first pick Maev is going to give you some good control with Umbral Bind. You've got Phantom Knife resets, poke ability as well. Mobility with your Spirit of Vengeance. Into the Maev, what do they want to start with? Just a simple Rhaegar ETC. You get a baseline cleanse. You can shorten that cooldown by 15 seconds with Purification 7. You've got ETC with a lot of control and displacement. And I believe Krankle does like to play the ETC. Also, Crowd Surfer on this map is not too bad for either escapes or sneaky engagements. With the Maev, though, what else will they consider? Junkrat's available if they want to poke with that. Anduin's available if they want to go into a Light Bomb direction. But it looks like that will be a, I wouldn't say a comfort pick, but Virgil does play a really good Diva, so that's not too surprising. And then just a Muradin is easy as well. You got a Stormbolt set up into ETC. You can deny the power slide value. You could interrupt Mosh Pit. Lockdown onto Rhaegar could be good. Post level 20 with the assumed rewind for double stun. Mini stuns at 7 with Skullcracker as well. Ban-wise, though, probably a healer. I would assume it would be a healer in this situation. No, they're going to get rid of Hanzo. They're really not too concerned about any healers on the opposing side. They just want to get rid of Scatter, Poke, and Dino will have a target ban against him with that Tracer. Okay. So it's no healer on the right side. Still need a little bit more damage. I doubt it's a Hypercarry Maev. Both teams could actually go into a Sylvanas. Would work really well. Wailing Arrow, Mind Control are great tools. Siege potential's high. Sergeant Hammer could also make their way into this. Dahaka will be grabbed with a Genji as well. So, Harassment, Mobility, CC, some decent start for the side of Rip. DeepDiveXtreme with the Maev, Diva, Muradin. I don't hate the idea of an Anduin here. Anduin Light Bomb onto either 3 of those targets is really good. Dwarf Launch is a good synergy into that. And then you could pick up... I'd like to see some sort of, like, something with Lockdown, maybe. I like the Junkrat that gives you that Lockdown. The Brightwing is nice, too, to polymorph the Genji. Genji jumps in. Oopsies. Genji jumps in and immediately gets polymorphed. Stormbolt, Umbral Bind, maybe a Steel Trap or something. So, not a bad start. Not a bad start. I touched immediately the center of my glasses after I cleaned it right before stream. Last pick. I don't think it's just a Genji. I feel like they want something with either range poke. Yeah.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna say some sort of like artillery. I was also thinking burst, so range poke or burst would have been nice too. And then Chromie basically checks the box for both of those. Well, first gamble of the day is going. We'll unfortunately not get any $250,000 gambles from Kaimo as he's currently rescuing animals. But you can get your channel points in as we load on into map number 1. Rip Believers. Let's see if there's any deep dive believers as well. Honestly, both teams. I mean, they really check every box for me. I mean, there's baseline CC, there's good control, there's burst, there's delay around objective. This is a really great draft for map number 1. And as a reminder, no tournament shenanigans, so you could possibly see all 10 of these heroes in the next map, or none of them. Really, that happens too. I don't know. If I was a betting man, I'd be leaning on DeepDiveXtreme based off of the compositions. But of course, you know, players are going to add a little factor into that as well. Not sure if there was any prep into today, if they're coming in cold or hot. But we'll see. Best of 5 series. Maybe.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome in, everybody, as we are here into map number 1 of our first best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side is going to be Rip with the Dino Genji, Crankle ETC, Suspos on your Chromie, Sven Dahaka, and Vasilio will be on your Rhaegar. Right side of the map is going to be DeepDiveXtreme or DDX. Virgil playing Diva. You've got a Darnaz Brightwing, Shizakid Muradin, Yoshiro on Junkrat. And I am very sorry, I don't know the Maiev player's name. Actually, maybe Google, not Google, maybe, oh, I think it's Papa Smurf. Or it's Down for Live. It's either Papa Smurf or Down for Live. I don't know. There's 2 different names, yeah. I will have to do some Googling after this. I'll have to look up Russian letters. Level 1's coming through, though. You do have your Guitar Hero ETC. Dahaka going to be going into Enhanced Agility. You've got your Agile Dismount Genji. Once again, the first time for Chromie. Greater Polymorph on the Brightwing. No Hyper Shift for her. We'll see what she goes into for the latter half of the build. Pro moves for your Diva. Extra wound timers. You also have your Pursuit of Vengeance and Dwarf Block Muradin. Oh, Rhaegar, by the way, is Feral Heart. Potential invade on the left-hand side. No, just a Concussion Mine to throw Dino around. Camps will be traded, and Muradin trading blows with ETC in the bottom lane wave. Then Power Slide into Yoshiro. The Junkrat tries to back away. Has that movement speed from Brightwings. Pixie Dust. A couple grenades will connect onto Chromie. Muradin up to Dwarf Toss away as well. Diva pushing a wave up onto the top lane Fort Gate. It looks like the inspired minions will also siege in a bit more. Crankle in bottom lane once again is going to be able to get a face melt to push people back. Yo, what's up, Forget What? I don't know if you... Well, you were here at the start of stream, but I don't know if you heard that the Alterac pass was banned away in this best of 5 series, unfortunately. Ooh, enjoy banana bread. That sounds delicious. Top lane, Diva's forced to tap well, but she will not be taken down or lose her mech. This is going to be an Umbral Bind onto Dahaka, Polymorph, but no pull onto Sven. Muradin steps out of the bush, but no Stormbolt thrown in. No doubt or odds, huh? Unfortunate. Power Slide, just catching the heel of Junkrat. Time Trap onto Muradin. Couple Sandblasts will land. It is going to be the Time Troubles, so minus 15 armor to enemies, plus 30 armor to allies. 3-second duration on that one. No reactivation of Spirit of Vengeance. Some Phantom Knives thrown into Sven. Rhaegar lunge in for potential fight onto Muradin, but I think it's just going to connect onto a minion. Triple Ultra Phase coming in as Dino gets the deflect activated, not going to be taken down. Top left and right, of course, and then the bottom location will be the RNG. Time Trap scouted out by the Steel Trap, or vice versa. Oh, Diva, by the way, is going to be going Nuclear Option at level 4. Okay. Reverb Muradin, Sudden Vengeance. We do have Unstable Anomaly for the Brightwing as well. Chattering Teeth for Junkrat as this bottom lane engagement will... Oh no, Shizakid is so very low. The phase shift from Brightwing won't come through in time, and First Blood does get picked up by Rip. Sandblast landing into Junkrat. And the Chattering Teeth pulled into the minion wave. ETC still eats it, but Chromie gets the channel, and it's going to be 4 shots to 4 shots currently. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, 4 shots to 4 shots. Sorry, I did the math backwards. But D.Va delayed out Dino just a little bit. Oh, actually, Dino's still delayed a little bit longer. And level 7 going to be coming through. You got that Purification, Feeding Frenzy. Nothing really crazy. Maiev continues into Sudden Vengeance build. Critical miss for Brightwing. Dino gets that channel. 4 shots do fire right into the core of DeepDiveXtreme. Hit the Nitrous for Brightwing, or for D.Va, as Brightwing just phase shift into the top lane. Camp will be grabbed. Dahaka probably clears this out in the camp pit. Might get some, actually. I don't know if Virgil will be able to push this in. I think Sven's got this. He's just going to meander around the bush here and there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, a Stormbolt from Shizakid saves the Maiev. Without that little bit of CC, I think Dino would have found the kill. But our next objective phase is going to be, I believe, Singular in the bottom of the map. Time trap onto Junkrat. Able to get the Concussion Mine to back away. Temporal Loop, by the way, level 10 for the Chromie. And I do believe it's single objective. I'm still watching the minimap. There's a couple people over that center location here. It is going to be Singular in the bottom, so we should see a nice big team fight to break out. That was Purification onto Darnaz, who almost goes down. That laugh means we're 5 minutes in. The boss is up and available. And we've got a half a level lead that's formed in favor of Rip.
Once more, the altars rise from the depths.
Power slide from Krankle. Soothing miss from Brightwing does come through, but she will still be taken down in the end. A 3rd kill goes over. It might make it a 4th in total as Shizakid is split from the team. The Temporal Loop is helpful to get a potential kill. Waiting, just waiting. Yeah, he's done. So 4th kill goes over to the side of Rip. Dino will spray and start channeling. Junkrat with maybe 1 delay. Does get a delay. Chattering Teeth will interrupt Rhaegar chasing in, but that'll be another 4 shots into the enemy core. 36 to 28. 10 talents here on the left side. That Temporal Loop we already saw. Mosh Pit, Isolation, X-Strike, and Ancestral Healing. Murda will be picking up his Piercing Stormbolt with cooldown reduction value. Blink Heal, Brightwing, Riptire, Avatar, Containment Disc, Bunny Hop. Will be the heroics on the right side. DeepDiveXtreme as Shuriken Mastery is done. Murden wants the fight. ETC kind of zoning. Power slide from Krankle's good. Shizakid split from the team. The Riptire from Junkrat activated. Yashir gets some value out of that one. Avatar gets activated by Shizakid. Another Stormbolt landing into Krankle. The Bunny Hop from D.Va will be coming through. Ancestral Healing still available if Basilio needs it. The X-Strike from Dino to the left-hand side of the engagement. Looks like it was a disengage tool. The Mecha Explosion from D.Va will take down this Dahaka. And finally, the members of DeepDiveXtreme find their first kill of this map number 1. What's up, SNES's Best? How you doing today, bud? Welcome on in. Happy Saturday. Spirit of Vengeance. Looks like this Rhaegar is going to get caught out. The Stormbolt will miss. The Umberbind will connect. And the Rhaegar falls. 4-2 in kill. Chattering Teeth. Polymorph onto Krankle. Stormbolt does land. A little auto attack or 2 from Murden. Does have that Skullcracker level 7 for the mini stun. Lands another Stormbolt. Just pressuring onto Krankle. Shizakid, though, will be able to Dwarf Toss to the side. And this might be the objective phase going over the side of DeepDiveXtreme, making it a 4-point game. If, of course, they get the channel. Rhaegar has respawn. It could be a full 5v5 around the center objective area. ETC is really split from his team. Mosh Pit onto 2 is really good. Dahaka drags someone into the mosh. ETC taken down by Maiev. Also Total Mayhem from Junkrat helping out a ton. The Isolation from Dahaka will come through. Then Maiev is able to back away to Spirit of Vengeance. Thrown back in. Meanwhile, Chromie goes down to Muradin damage. Brightwing Gets the phase shift into Maev at the last second, which will help out. Looks like Dino will not be able to get that extra kill, but I do believe it is going to be those 4 shots as I mentioned, and we got a 4-point game. Wow, what a fight that was. 13 talents here, though, rolls on through for DeepDiveXtreme, as they do have more experience by a little bit from later game kills, 4 to 5 in kills, but it is 13 on both sides, and if you want to see the talents, there you go. It's good to go for D.Va. You've got your Shadow Armor. There we go. I was like, it's Spirit of Vengeance build, but still. Bronzebeard Rage, Shin Gun, Ferocious Stalker, ETC Encore. I believe that's Tidal Waves as well. Chromie with the timeout, too. All right. Looks like next objective phase will be top left and right. Often these are traded, but we'll see if DeepDiveXtreme can find a good team fight in their favor and maybe start to pull ahead in core damage. The Stormbolt misses. I honestly thought that hit Dino as he had the natural agility. Polymorph into Umbro Bind. The Ancestral comes through. Virgil's the one to lose the mech. Has to torpedo dash to the side. ETC power sliding around. The boss is active. Maev will fall. Brightwing gets a critical miss activation, but the X-Strike will take her down. Big shot from D.Va to return some damage, but Dino will back away safely, and a couple kills go over to the left-hand side of Rip.
The altars rise
Shiro
again.
does steal away this camp. I don't think it'll get a charge. I think Chromie should be able to clear this out in lane. Ah, there you go. Oh, well. What was looking like a rallying moment for DeepDiveXtreme has completely melted away, and this is well, actually, Brightwing is about to respawn. They've got poke from Junkrat. I think it's just gonna be traded shots. I thought Rip might be able to get extra shots in, but no, I think it's just 4 for 4, so we're still a 4-point game. Yep. 28 to 24 in map number 1. Dahaka, by the way, 2 stacks on Feeding Frenzy as he did get taken down earlier. 7 on his enhanced agility. Once again, the first time for Chromie. 26 of 40. Shuriken Mastery is done. Maev Vigorous Vaulter doesn't auto-complete until 20, so there's really nothing to mention with that one. Power Slide from ETC finds the Junkrat. Face Melt to push him around. He's got a Concussion Mine to maneuver back to a good position. The Mosh Pit does catch him, but immediately Polymorph to interrupt. There was a Containment Disc thrown out, but it's not going to find purchase of a character. Riptire from Junkrat summoned. Avatar from Muradin. This is a good Riptire to push Rhaegar out of position. Ancestral Healing is off the cooldown. He was Polymorphed. Is there going to be a cast from the Dino? Facilio holding as long as they possibly can and will not use the Ancestral. Nicely done. A few well taps will come through on the side of Rip. Avatar from Muradin should expire in just a moment. There it is. Shurikens to check the bush. Chattering Teeth will be chasing out. It is Gotta Trap Them All, level 13, so you have the extra traps. Spread Volley for Junkrat, level 16. You've got Critterize, Emergency Shielding for D.Va. Armored Assault for Maev, which we've been seeing a lot more pop up. I feel like Maev players read their level 16s and were like, wait a minute. If I take that level 13, that has great synergy with this level 16. Ancestral comes through a little late. Containment Disc will find Dino mid-air. I think they're going to try and play into that. Sven with some Essence Overtime activated. Murder Dwarf tosses in with the launch level 16. Big damage from Chromie Sandblast. And it's looking like a triple objective phase activated. Still 33 seconds on the ETC death timer. Chromie will be delayed by Junkrat. Dahaka able to use Lurker Strain to back away, but Murder Dwarf launches in the Blink Heal to chase in. And Muradin does get the credit for the kill. Meanwhile, Junkrat's still delaying around over here, being delayed by Chromie as well.
Take the altars and put an end to the grave.
I feel like Maevs were taking something different at 16. Hold on, let's take a look here while we have the moment.
Activate the towers.
I feel like it was a lot of Vengeful Knives. I feel like I never saw Armored Assault even with this build, and Armored Assault, you know, Blink grants 20 armor, and while Maev has positive armor of any kind, all physical damage dealt is increased. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing, chat. You saw nothing.
Is that all?
No one fat-fingered any buttons. Well, it is 20 to 20, though, in our core HP. A 2-kill difference, 8-6 favoring the members of RIP. One more stack needed for Dahaka for his enhanced agility. Stuck in a loop level 20 for your Maiev, or sorry, for your Chromie. What's our next objective phase? Double? Yeah, double in center and bottom locations. Sappers moving on up through bottom lane. ETC maybe getting caught. Nope. I thought there might be a handful of CC thrown into him between Muradin, Brightwing, and Junkrat, but no, it's just a little bit of poke into the bottom lane. D.Va getting a phase shift from Brightwing into top. Mech Explosion available. Soothing Missile will be activated. Bunny Hop. Oh, wait, hold on. Maiev lands a Containment Disc into this Dahaka. Muradin's here. No Stormbolt connection, but the Umberbind will pull Dahaka back. Sven is trying to wiggle around. Junkrat will be taken down in mid, but there is going to be the trade. Dahaka loses all Feeding Frenzy stackage, and they will feed. Oh, that is unfortunate. I was thinking they would get one Sapper into the tower, and the other two would go into the actual major structure. Ancestral Healing immediately cast onto Rhaegar. Moshpit ETC onto 3 enemies. D.Va loses mech. Temporal Loop applied to this Muradin. Activates his Avatar to try and heal up a little bit more. Stuck in a loop level 20. We'll pull him back in. The Swift Strike helps out Chromie get the kill. Containment Disc onto Genji, and that's unfortunate for the side of DeepDiveXtreme. They will be, I assume, losing 8 points here.
The altar is ours.
A bummer of a moment for the members of DeepDiveXtreme.
Your power.
Chromie heads to bottom lane just to get the secondary channel.
Like all the others.
Genji pushing a wave up in mid. We've got ETC just chilling in the bush near the bottom rotation. Left-hand side camp just came off cooldown, and Genji will be able to swift strike away through mid. Camp, minion wave, and such will be able to get 20 on the left-hand side. What do we got? Farseer's Blessing. I assume the new Apex Predator, right? No, Contagion. Okay. X-Strike. Also, has Dahaka brushstalked this entire game? Maybe once. Not crowd server, sorry. Torbus for ETC level 20. I feel like maybe there's been one Dahaka brushstalk, but it is that 240-second cooldown. Of course, you know, regeneration globes give you a 40-second cooldown as well. I hear Temporal Loop activating onto D.Va, who uses Bunny Hop to get a self-cleanse. Phase shift from Brightwing will come through just at the tail end. There's going to be a Riptire from Junkrat. He did go extra oomph level 20, looking for that triple hit. Might get a double, does manage to do so, so down to 25 seconds or less. We got Pop and Lock for D.Va. Shadow Orb Vengeance as well. Rewind Muradin, Fairy Protector for the Brightwing. 20s are here, but it's an 8-point difference. Favor the side of Rip. Spirit of Vengeance and Umbral Bind to pull back Dino. Power Slide from ETC. Containment Disc will land onto the Big Bad Cow. A Riptire from Junkrat gets activated. We'll get one hit onto, I believe, Sven. It's only a 25-second cooldown of the 75. ETC steps near the bush. The Chattering Teeth come out. He had to have known that was risky. Had to have known, and this might be an even game now. Granted, Chromie... Okay, I was going to say, Chromie Genji have really good delay, but they get the Ancestral. Farseers will come through in a moment. D.Va gets the right side channel. Spread Volley from Junkrat has a ton of poke coming through. A lot of red health bars are getting low. Sven on the right side. Zone from his team. Rhaegar does go down. Containment Disc onto Genji. A Chattering Teeth underneath that. Immediately taken down. D.Va. Will Chromie continue to delay things out? She will try. Muradin Dwarf tosses over the wall. The Spirit of Vengeance into the Umbral Bind. A timeout from Chromie. A Mech Explosion. Muradin gets taken down by tower shots. A Riptire snipes her. Dahaka is back. And as I said, it's going to be a 12-point game. Both sides. What a close map number 1. Let's do some late game stat cycling if you're interested. Mosh pit from ETC. It is Torbus level 20. Brightwing goes down to tower shots effectively. There was a little bit of damage, you know, isolation, Darkstorm, but it was mostly tower shots. Junkrat will be able to get the bottom. Conversion. We do have a single objective in the center of the map coming up next. Containment discount to Genji. Spirit of Vengeance to disengage. Shattering Teeth thrown underneath. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to go for more, especially without their Brightwing and Murden just respawning as well.
Realtors are rising heroes.
Question is, do they give this objective? It looks like they're gonna go for boss, or are they gonna try and convert top bell tower? They're gonna try and convert top bell tower. Okay. Inspired minions and friends should be able to get that. Meanwhile, Genji's like, maybe we can trade bottom and still get the 4 shots, but Krankle goes for this. He'll be interrupted.
Be swift, heroes. Do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you.
Shattering Teeth zone Dino on the right side. Maiev looking for an angle. Has to watch the bush. Be careful of that Dahaka drag. Genji jumping into the back line. Swift strike out as well. There will be a heck load of damage into Maiev. Diva mech will be lost. A Riptire from Junkrat. Doesn't get the full reset. A Concussion Mine pushes Junkrat to safety. Dino still chasing in on the right-hand side. A power slide from ETC. Mosh Pit, Torbus back into this Muradin. The Ancestral will be applied. And Genji with the X-Drake marks the target. Sesbos will be interrupted by a grenade explosion. No, the extra wound timers not doing well. Man, if only there wasn't extra wound timers. Oh god. My displeasure for this talent continues. Alright, so it is boss call now? Okay, boss call. Temporal loop onto Diva. She doesn't use Bunny Hop, nor does she have it. She'll pop. What the hell? That timing was insane. I thought she came back with it, but wow. Okay. Anyways, really just insane timing from Virgil there. And we got a 12-5 game. A 7-point game between these teams have formed, or 7 points of HP. Formed between the two teams, and top left will be converted, bottom right converted. Next objective phase, singular in the bottom of the map. If Rip can regain control of the bottom right bell tower, they could win it through this next objective.
Once more, the altars rise from the depths.
Sven Harthing out of top. Murden gets power slid on. Temporal loop. Stun onto ETC. I want to say he actually was about to use Mosh Pit because I saw it in 5 seconds. Bunny Hop from Diva. The mech will be lost. Junkrat taken down. Diva lost. ETC gets the Ancestral just after the containment disc. This might be the beginning of the end. That's a really good Earth Grasp Totem. Murden will Dwarf Toss to the left-hand side. ETC is going to tank a couple tower shots, but we might be heading to Northern Europe, everybody, if Shizakid falls. I don't think this Murden... Wait a minute, Avatar? No, he should be fine. If anything, he wins the 1v1 up against the Dahaka here. Who cares about the bell tower in the channel? We gotta see the 1v1. No Finland at the end. It is going to be the members of RIP victorious here in Towers of Doom. GG, well played. Well, believers, no need to be concerned. Your channel points go nowhere. That was a really good game, number one. You know the deal. We're going to run ads. Subscribe. We're 3 subs away from our stupid little silly sub goal, but if you'd like to help us hit 1,005 subs, Jesus, it's much appreciated. But we're going to run some ads and get those out of your face and hair. And welcome back in, everybody. We're here in map number 2 of our first best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side, it is Rip, up in this best of 5 series. And we're going to be heading into Sky Temple. This will be a map choice coming out from Rip as the losing side of DeepDiveXtreme opted in for first pick priority. So, what do we got going on? Also, good to see you, Kel. Good morning, bud. Probius will be banned away again. Looks like the, I believe it's the Dino Probius is the one that often gets played, so that's getting target banned. Another Blaze to be removed as well. Will we see a Vikings removal for Sky Temple? That's the big question that I'd like to answer here, because Sven does have a really good Vikings. You've also got his Samuro as well. This is a good map for Sergeant Hammer. This is a phenomenal map, in my opinion, for Falstad or Gul'dan for boss control as well. Brightwing Emerald Wind gets picked up here and there. Augur is not bad either, but it does open up an avenue potentially for Vikings. I doubt we'll see Vikings pick in the top slots. If anything, it'll be later on in the draft. But what do we want to see from Rip? The last time last map they banned a Johanna in this position. See if they continue that, or it's going to be the Maevs. They don't want to deal with that. I mean, the Maev last game had a really good play. I don't know how to pronounce the player's name because it's H weird A C T backwards R. If someone can figure out what the spelling of that means, hopefully it's something not lewd. But that'd be appreciated because, yeah, there was like not enough downtime for me to Google these letters and stuff. But Rhaegar first picked on the right-hand side for DeepDiveXtreme. Not too opposed to that. It's a solid healer. We saw it last game as well. You got a baseline cleanse. Mobility is pretty decent. Ancestral is massive. Farseer's Blessing on top of that is beautiful, and similar start, no Rhaegar obviously, but a Sylvanas with the ETC. Her push potential is really nice, her amplified siege is phenomenal on top of that, and alright. Give me 1 second here, chat. Apologies. Okay. Excuse me. We have a Garrosh Diva who will be picked up with the Rhaegar. I do like the Garrosh a lot on this map. Being able to have the Groundbreaker for interrupts on a Mosh Pit potentially, or even just the CC from it, then the toss. Could even see ally toss onto Diva Mech. That does pop up from time to time, so wondering if there will be any shenanigans with that. As we get into the mid-ban phase, what do we want to get rid of here? Maybe something... Oh, it's just going to be the Hanzo again. Okay. Hanzo will get a target ban. Dahaka will be removed as the answer. Okay. It's pretty straightforward mid-ban phase. Healer-wise, let's see, they had the Rhaegar last game. They could pick up a Tracer Malfurion here, or yeah, Tracer Malfurion if they wanted, but I don't think they're going to be going that avenue. I still like the idea of the Malfurion either way. His control around the objective is not bad. Deckard Cain is phenomenal on this map as well. But yeah, Malfurion will be grabbed. And the Zool. A Zool for Sven. Alrighty. We'll see what Sven will be going into for his build. And how he's going to be playing it. If he's going to be stuck in the bottom lane for a while. Or if he'll be doing top lane push and amplified siege early on. There's the false that I was hoping for. And I like to see an Alarak. Alarak is a fun one, so that'll be a nice addition as well. Alright, last pick on the left side. What will we get rid of? Or what are we going to be grabbing? Sorry. So early, so backwards. They could go into another Bruiser, honestly. They could go into like a Thrall or Imperious. I don't think that would be bad at all.
Let the games begin.
I wasn't expecting Medivh, but there we go. Well, either way, get your gambles in. Twitch predictions. Let's see if we get some odds, actually, this game. here we go. Map number 2 of this best of 5 series. Left side up in said series is going to be Rip with your Crankle ETC. Sesbos on that Medivh. Sven, Zool, Vasilios, your Malfurion, and Dino Sylvanas. Poor Harrison Jones is stuck there forever. Right side of the map is going to be DeepDiveXtreme, trying to chase to a map number 3 with a 1-1 score in hand. It's going to be your Virgil Diva, Shizakid Garrosh. Hector is your Alarak, Darnas, Rhaegar, and Falstead to be played by your Shiro. Center Eye is the most important. Whoa, Dino with the dings at level 1. We'll talk about the level 1s in a second here. I think there might be a small skirmish to break out. No. Not with Falstead in bottom lane. Alright, so Falstead is Frequent Flyer level 1, so it's the auto attack build. Discord Strike for your Alarak with the Overwhelming Power, which is actually an auto attack build since Discord Strike grants you attack speed. You do have Colossal Totem, Pro Moves Diva, and you're looking at the Garrosh with his Warbreaker. Sylvanas, Unfurling Shadows level 1, so she gets 3 marks, or her Banshee, 3 of her Banshee Curse marks, and then has the Shadow Dagger applied. She gets stacks, and she can sustain that on the target while keeping the stacks active. You need to do ETC Guitar Hero, you got Shade, Zool, Portal Mastery, Medivh, and it is your Emerald Dreams Malfurion. Looking over in the top lane, right side camp has already been grabbed by Virgil Darnas. You have your Alarak rotating in, Crankle, doing his best to clear things out. Combo misses from Alarak, a little bit of pressure put onto Crankle. Siege begins into the fort gate in top lane, peeking into bottom really quickly. Looks like Siege Giants were grabbed. Camp timing from DeepDiveXtreme on map number 2 is really good. Power slide from ETC is beautiful right there. A root from Malfurion does come down on the ground as well. ETC getting hit with that Purge. Silence as well, thrown around, and Garrosh gets credit for the first kill. As the Haunting Wave from Sylvanas, Dino did have Black Arrows active. That's a really good Discord Strike hit. Medivh, Force of Will denies any incoming damage. Falstead going to do some double soak back into mid lane, but most importantly, in the top lane right now, the fort gate has been taken down. So if objective phase number 1 in the top lane is held by DeepDiveXtreme, there's a high possibility they will take down the enemy fort, which would mean periodic catapult pressure and passive experience gain early in that lane, which means that lane always pushes faster, and they can apply pressure through that, and then maybe rotate and steal boss, or even push another lane. But that is a lot of future potential planning. We do have Sylvanas held, or for our hero vision, so you will see the little marks on the character she is attacking. That way, at least you can see who Dino has the 3 marks on to try and get that stackage for the level 1 Unfurling Shadows. But level 4s are here. It is going to be your Cursed Strike build. Alarak will pick up his Show of Force, so his max sadism now can be 150, 130 baseline, and another 20 from Show of Force. Groundbreaker into Sylvanas. Toss goes through. Is there a Discord Strike? Root from Malfurion zones. A portal set up by Medivh. Does have Raven Familiar level 4 in. Garrosh did pick up Indomitable level 4. 200 HP. Haunting Wave doesn't hit. I think the Haunting Wave was like a millimeter shy of hitting Garrosh there, which would have been the contact damage needed. Bone pressing on to Falstad, but he was feigning that he was in trouble. Falstad was completely fine. Now Sven, the one taken down, a second kill over the right-hand side. But also, the big thing to mention is that 6 sadism for Alarak now, scaling up a little bit more. As Diva did get a few shots onto that top left fort, you can see already down to about 10%. Mid lane shots from ETC are coming through, and the enemy team doesn't really care. They're going to rotate to top lane and try and confirm that fort. As mid lane fort is going to be probably 50% at the end of this. Alarak has a Diva boost in. Dismounts Dino. Mega Explosion available for Virgil. 19 stacks, by the way, for your Medivh baseline. 11 on the Falstad as it's full auto build with Frequent Flyer, Hammer Gains, and Secret Weapon. Oh! An alley oops right there as Garrosh tries to throw Falstad to safety, but still is taken down by the Sylvanas. This is sustained pressure into the top lane gate. Crankle chilling in the bush, but it looks like Zool, meanwhile, in mid has pushed things up. Diva's pivoted into mid lane to try and clear things out. Mech Explosion And she'll get the incoming minion wave, too. Uh-oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Just above the portal from Medivh was set up. There's going to be a route down onto Garrosh. Is there a toss potential? Groundbreaker misses Dino and all of that. I can't believe it. Zul's already made his way into bottom lane. Grabs the experience. Alarak, I believe... no, that's hindered momentum. Right. It's the red level 7 that reduces your sadism by 10 permanently. Black Arrow in the top lane activated by Sylvanas. Power Slide gets a little bit of CC. Virgil boosts back, taps well. Garrosh looking to step up to find a toss onto someone. A little Blood Craze to heal up as well. Haunting Wave. Allowing Sylvanas to back off as we cycle through the other numbers real quickly for all of you. 49 stacks really quickly for you, Sylvanas, if you're wondering. So nearly 25% increase.
Has crashed or fought.
Such a feeble mind.
Alright, so a camp right side grabbed. Second objective, which is also scripted, is going to be in the bottom lane. And then we get into the RNG of Sky Temple, but it's heroic right side by half a level, Ancestral, Counter-Strike, Gust, Warlord's Challenge, and your Bunny Hop for D.Va. No micro missiles. I think waves will be realistically traded in top lane. Zul lands a Bone Prison into the D.Va, and he starts using his Curse Strikes to clear out the wave rapidly. D.Va gonna boost away after the flanking Sylvanas comes through. Bunny Hop activated from the D.Va as well. A Tower Shot lands onto... Oh no! D.Va mech is lost, and so will the pilot. They're gonna lose their top lane fort, but they're gonna trade. This will actually be a massive win for the side of DeepDiveXtreme still. Because they're going to take down fort. They still have Temple Shots, which will guarantee this one tower. Falstead's kind of zoning in the rotation down. Or he might have actually just been trying to grab experience. Never mind. They still haven't gotten top lane fort either. Black Arrows had expired, and they're trying to cycle between health bars. That was a bit of a blunder, I do believe, from Rip to not... I think they lost out. Even though they got that kill, I think they're still losing out.
The magic of the temple sleeps. Until
how's the bottom lane? Yeah, pretty fortified still. Boss is up. BTC starting out of camp over here on the left-hand side. Let's see. Heroic-wise, left side we didn't talk about. Leyline Seal, Skeletal Mages, Mosh Pit, Mind Control, and Tranquility. Nice check of the bush from Garrosh right there. Going to see ETC floating around. Medivh will scout out above in bird form. Bone Prison onto the D.Va. Activates her defense matrix if anyone steps up. Falstead is showing in top lane. We'll be working on the minion wave. ETC pushing people around with a small face melt. And a Black Arrow from Sylvanas may be activated at bottom. Ooh, good Discord Strike. Groundbreaker misses. Force of Will is there. The Warlord Challenge just come through. D.Va gonna boost him with the Bunny Hop into the back line. Leyline Seal. ETC Moshpit to follow that up. It's a little bit early. The Gust flank from Falstead pushing people around. The Mecha Explosion on the bottom left. The toss onto ETC. D.Va boosting him once again. And it's actually Rhaegar who goes down. Was trying to get the self-cast Ancestral. Dino is being... I can't believe it. No one got that hit onto Dino. And now Shizakid in an insanely bad spot between two portals. And this is going to be Medivh done with his baseline stackage. This will be Dino taken down by D.Va? No, of course not. It's going to be a small Haunting Wave to allow the Sylvanas to back off just fine. And this is your bottom lane fort taken down. And Rip now pulling ahead in map number 2. I'd assume this is a boss pivot. And then they go into... Like, I'd love to see a boss pivot right here since the enemy team just retreated. And then you could go into double objective. But it looks like ETC was resetting for mana and health. And so they'll probably grab Siege Giants and then go for objective. I think they could have... I honestly think they could have done this fast enough, but I digress. Maybe I'm being greedy. Garrosh looking for one stack on his Groundbreaker. You have Blaze the High Lord at level... Nice Indomitable right there. Level 13 for your Alarak.
Guardians, do not let these...
What's his max sadism? 190? 190, yeah. Falstead flies in. Alarak with a little combo into Crankle here. Groundbreaker misses. Portal set up by Medivh to allow the allies to back off if needed. Full 5v5 as Power Strike comes through. D.Va activates Bunny Hop. Skeletal Mages come down from Azul as well. Haunting Wave from Sylvanas. Shizukin finishes out that level 1 Warbreaker. It's that point right now where DeepDiveXtreme, they can't just trade objective phasings because they will be losing out in the overall trade since the enemy team still has that mid lane fort. But I do think the rotation on the minimap is leading me to believe that they are going to try and trade these, but I don't think it's going to work out, honestly. I feel like Zool is going to get the vast majority of this, and the enemy team will just rotate hard into bottom, or they just go and take down mid lane keep. And then you're trailing even further at that point then. I give you all the time in the world, forget what I try. You'll get him next game. Right? Totally. Well, yeah, mid lane keep is down to 50%. Zool will grab a quick wave in bottom. And I assume mid lane... these shots go to bottom, so they won't lose the mid lane keep off of this objective phasing. Bone prison onto Garrosh as he just kind of rotates high away from the Zool. There's going to be Rhaegar was like mid-bite with that Leyline seal activated. Mech Explosion, nuclear option as well, level 4 for the D.Va. Gust to push a few enemies away. Warlord challenge on the right side. They're going to try and take down Malfurion. Mosh Pit ETC interrupted. No, it's going to be cleansed out. Also able to back away from that one with the cleanse from Rhaegar's Fed. He's going to try and just get these curse strikes in, and he's just chunking. The Ancestral doesn't come through in time. Yoshiro is getting low. Dino wants the autos to take down the false step, but they end up turning on to Shizukin, taking them down. ETC blocking Alarak from backing away. And I can't believe ETC lived right there. So what's the game plan? Is it end through bottom? I don't think so. I think it's probably get most of this and then maybe go back for objective. Because if you're going to end, you would have just gone through mid, realistically. So they could get this low and then they just finish out with objective, which would guarantee mid as well. Or they get... Okay, wow. Rip is on an absolute tear right now as they continue to dominate the series. I thought maybe with the early game coming out from DeepDiveXtreme that things were going to be pivoting and we'd have a more back and forth in the series, but it seems like Rip is starting to really pull away, especially map number 2. Camps to be grabbed, another major structure will fall. The last shots will get the keep gate in top lane. Medivh, meanwhile, being a nuisance, floating above, getting vision. Still no boss to be grabbed from either side, and I mean, I wouldn't blame DeepDiveXtreme for ignoring it, just because the pure fact of Medivh. Even then, you know, root from Malfurion, you've also got your Mosh Pit ETC, face melts as well. So, a lot of boss control. There's Gust and Bunny Hop, Counter-Strike. There are a few other tools as well, but right now it's looking a little rough for DeepDiveXtreme in map 2, Sky Temple. They will start boss. Alright, will Medivh go for the ley line? And he has to know Garrosh is chilling in that bush right there. D.Va's hearthing. And so the enemy team's like, cool, we'll go ahead and get this top lane keep. Alright, so boss actually does go over to the members of DeepDiveXtreme. I actually thought the ley line seal was going to get dropped and interrupt or and steal after the hearths come through, but nope. Top keep will be lost, though. All outer structures have been taken down. Totem from Rhaegar. Mind control into Garrosh. A cleanse onto him as well. Bunny hop from D.Va. They're looking for something. Dino will get stunned once. Falstead flying in. The Gust will interrupt Crankle's Mosh Pit. D.Va Mech Explosion does activate. She will get the nuclear option trigger. Warlord challenge. GTC does go down. The ley line finds 4, I think. And Alarak gets thrown to safety with 109 Sadas. A Mocking Strikes level 16 for him. Camp and such is on core, but I don't think they really care on the side of DeepDiveXtreme. They actually will send Virgil back. Okay. Garrosh will reset for full everything. Boss and bottom lane weaken the gate. Bottom lane is the weaker of the 2 lanes, but they're going to try and split for both of these, which might be punished. Yo, what's up, Zarek? How you doing today, bud? You're just in time for the first best of 5 of the day. Map number 2. Rip leads the series 1-0. Totem onto Dino. Now Furion had a cleanse onto Sylvanas and allows them to back away just safely. D.Va boosting her way to top lane. Falstead heading to bottom. Still 9 seconds on ETC death timer. D.Va's going to get like 4 or 5 shots, and then Zul's going to show up, and then she's probably going to boost away. Oh, she gets more than that. All right. Portal set up by Medivh. D.Va's the one left alone here. Boost through a few of the enemies. Bunny Hop activation. Gets a small stun. Garrosh running in with the Indomitable. The Leyline Seal catches the D.Va. Warlord challenge into Groundbreaker onto Dino. ETC power sliding in just above. Zul is going to get tongued by that Garrosh. D.Va mech will be lost. Oh, that's a great gust from Yoshiro to push ETC back in. 20 talents here on the left-hand side, though, as it's 4v5 in favor of DeepDiveXtreme. They lose. Oh, no, that mosh pit's beautiful. That might be GG right there. Leyline Seal after the Ancestral does connect onto Rhaegar. Rhaegar gets power slid, taken down. Falstad is going to hearth out. D.Va loses mech. Pilot will be lost as well. ETC is going to use objective to weaken the core, and the rest of the team will run right at it. Falstad, the lone defender. Dino wants the kill. Dino wants the KDA. The damage over time will be achieved at the tail end, and it's Rip with a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. Looking to speedrun today's matches and games. Oh, either way, GG, well played. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I got some decent sleep last night. We watched Sleepy Hollow in Discord after stream, and then I made some patatas bravas, and I reheated some chicken, and I had some tomatoes with that as well. And then what else did I do? And then I watched I watched the rest of the new season of Peacekeeper. And I went to bed. And got some decent sleep. And we got a long day ahead of us. We got a long day. We got Heroes casting, StarCraft 2 casting, and then I got D&D later on. But that's not streamed. That's on my own time. But Rip did win Sky Temple. Rip did win it. So we'll pay out the people, and let's get ready for map number 3. Map number 3. Welcome back, everybody, into the draft for map number 3 of this best-of-5 series. First of 2 today. Left side is Rip, leading this series with a 2-0, and it's going to be the members of DeepDiveXtreme on the right side who are down, choosing Infernal Shrines as map number 3, giving first pick over to the enemy. We'll see what changes can be made via draft through this. Bread posted in chat. Oh, hell yeah. Twitch Gamble posted here as well. This is the start of the draft. I can look at bread. That's some good looking bread. My mom just made banana bread while I was there, and they tried. Usually they use Daisy sour cream, but the market that they go to, my dad goes to the Eastern Market, which is down in Detroit, and there was a local person who was they made their own sour cream, and so they used that for the banana bread, and it came out so much like fluffier, and it was so good. Anyways, my banana bread excitement aside, let's talk about Infernal Shrines. The map bans at the beginning have looked similar. Blaze first ban out from Rip, and DeepDiveXtreme removing the Probius. Maev will be removed again, as our Russian player name that I cannot pronounce had played it really well in map number 1, so it looks like it was enough of a threat to draw a ban. What's this gonna be? Last map, I'm trying to remember, it was a Hogger. So Hogger's not a bad idea for Infernal Shrines as well, ban-wise, or to even pick up. I really do think that if it wasn't banned here, it would have been first picked by the side of Rip. What will be the first pick for Rip, though? Last game, so the last 2 maps, or map 1 and 2, they've always had the 1-2 pickup, so they've always had second pick. So they went into Rhaegar ETC, then Sylvanas ETC. So is this an early ETC, or is it going to be something for Like, are they going to grab a healer early on? Are they going to grab something for Dino? Johanna's not bad whatsoever. I mean, this is such a good map for her in every way, shape, or form. Rotations, objective, team fighting, camps, anchoring, even push potential, or even defensive defensive stance, like with Iron Skin and everything to pull the Punisher. Actually, no, that's not right, because the Punisher, you still can pull the Punisher, it just doesn't jump over gates anymore, so that's the one factor I gotta readjust. But another map for a Diva for the set of DeepDiveXtreme, and Rhaegar picked up with that as well. This is a double elimination series, so whoever loses in this will be dropping down the lower bracket, and an Azmodan to be grabbed. Now, I want to say in the qualifiers and such, Rip did play this composition with the Azmodan and Johanna on Infernal Shrines. I think they actually did it on... No, they did it on Towers of Doom, actually. I don't think we've seen Rip try the Azmodan composition, but always glad to see the Lord of Dunkerton making his way into a high-level matchup. Though Diva Rhaegar, okay. Still need your main tank into the Johanna. It could go into a variant and pick up Shattered Throw later on. Also healing debuff with more. Oh wait, no, Mortal Strike is the same level though. You actually could go Purification to reduce the healing from Brightwing, and then you could also go into that Mortal Strike, or sorry, Shattered Throw. Gonna go aggressive, and they do get that Hanzo that has been banned out against them consistently. The Garrosh will get target banned in the mid-ban phase. Dahaka removed as well, as Sven had a really good map 1, and I believe it's drawn 2 map bans in a row. Sky Temple in this. Johanna, Azmodan, Brightwing. Usually with Azmodan, you need a little extra... Like some sort of sustained damage dealer is really nice. Sylvanas would work with this composition. Zagara can be grabbed as well. Honestly, both of those work. Junkrat's great. Junkrat has some nice splash to help out Azmodan finish out the wave. Leoric is solid for this map. I honestly do think that Rip has got such a good draft here. I really do. Maybe I've got Azmodan bias. Just a little bit. What are we gonna see for the last pick on the right side? Hanzo Genji? We can go the old classic Jaina. I like a Gul'dan in this, actually. I really like a Gul'dan in this. I'm also biased. I love a good Gul'dan, but Jaina's an old classic with them. But yeah, the Gul'dan is just fast wave clear, fast shrine clear, good burst. Horrify is a great displacement or even a tool to set up a kill. Oh, we'll see what ends up happening here. What's up, Shadow Jin? You're just in time for the gamble in the game.
Who the hell's that? That's not what's his name, the grad student.
Nah, I graduated. Must be the new one.
New one. That's supposed to be a
Prime sub.
Wahoo.
There's a lot of gambling in chat. My God. Thank you, Shadowjin, for the Wahoo. Thank you for the Prime Gaming for 9 months. Thank you, thank you. Don't forget to activate your watch streaks as well. Get your channel points for that. There's a lot of gamble commands in chat today. BRB 2 minutes. All right. Well, what we'll do is we'll do that, and Rip on the left-hand side. We'll have that Crankle, Johanna, Sven, Leoric, Lucilio, Brightwing, Sisibos on your Azmodan, Dino, Junkrat. Right side will be DeepDiveXtreme with Shizukid, Diablo, Yashiro, Hanzo, Hacked R, I don't know, man, on the Gul'dan, Virgil Diva, and Darnas on the Rhaegar. Anyone want to do some Googling for me? We need a Russian H, a Russian A, a Russian CT, and a Russian R. And put that into Google Translate. Chat's just spamming commands today. I don't know why. My channel is just bot commands. Maybe let's calm down a little bit with those. That's a lot of bot commands. Oh, while we're waiting, you can check out the GoFundMe as well for the Eternal Conflict Season 2. Oh, Jesus Christ, chat. Alrighty. Let's get into it. So, we've already talked about who's on what. You got Gul'dan, level 1, Pursuit of Flame, Rhaegar with Stormcaller, Pro Moves Diva, Soul Shield Diablo, Zealous Glare Johanna. It is your Greed for Azmodan, extra wound timers on the Junkrat as well. And Hanzo with the simple geometry. Why? Why the fuck do we have a hype train starting? Nothing's happening.
Little engine that could. He was chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga 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 chugga. Toot.
Alright, I have no idea why there's a hype train going. We literally had a singular sub. I don't know why that's happening, but Twitch broke something. Unfealty into Death, as well as your Hypershift Brightwing. This is going to be Junkrat just chilling in bottom lane for the time being. Might get a little bit of poke onto the gate in the bottom lane up against the enemy, but it is looking like a 1-3-1 setup at the start for the members of RIP. Scatter's finding a little bit more stackage as well. Rhaegar starting out Siege Camp immediately, since camp timers are at the 30-second mark in-game now. My browser decided it doesn't like Twitch. Maybe time to get a new browser then. Overpower on to Crankle. First blood does go over to the side of DeepDiveXtreme. Let's see if this composition can rally them into a map number 3. Or map number 4, excuse me. Or if this is going to be a 3-0 for RIP. Concussion Mine just pushing Diablo around a little bit here. Fell Flames thrown out from Gul'dan into the oncoming wave, and this is just going to be double soak. Pretty simple start from DeepDiveXtreme as well as RIP. I think the biggest thing for RIP is probably trying to get some of the stackage for Azmodan early on, just to finish out that level 1 as Yushiro gets a natural agility over the wall. Diablo Shadow Charge is really good. The overpower into Brightwing, the Concussion Mine interrupts anything that could have been fatal. Frozen Punisher from mid lane. Paralyzing Rage for Leoric. You've got Taste for Explosions, Junkrat. Brightwing with Magic Spits. Subdue for the Johanna. Fire Stomp build, I'm assuming, for Diablo, as he did go into Soul to Flame. Symbol Geometry continues for Hanzo with his Serrated Arrows. Usually never outmatched, level 7 complements that. Earth Living Enchantment. You also see the nuclear option for Diva, which has been pretty much the standard Virgil build. There's the announcement of the objective. Gul'dan makes quick work of these waves. I think Junkrat's trying to play to a safe distance so they don't give stackage over to Gul'dan. Meanwhile, Crankle, Iron Skin active. Diablo tries to Shadow Charge in. A Phase Shift from Brightwing to help out over on this camp for health pools at least. It looks like Azmodan was chunked a little bit. Might see him reset for mana. Probably see it. He could tap Well. Check a look here. He's got Well available. He gets a Globe. He probably taps Well and then goes in for the fight. Dunk onto the wave. A quick Well tap as Diablo Fire Stomp will pick up an extra soul or two as it returns through the Johanna. Bell Flames thrown in. Fire Stomps as well. Scatters continue to go out. Dem from the Johanna will pull Hanzo back in. Overpower from Diablo into the Leoric as he lands the drain back into Diablo. Sven trying to have a little 1v2 going on as he gets the Phase Shift from Brightwing. Chunked a little too much. Diva Mech Explosion zones the enemy back, steals a few more Skeleton Defenders, and it looks like first objective phase. And first objective is going to be going over to the members of DeepDiveXtreme. Gul'dan should make easy work of this as he picked up a couple more stacks, trailing a little bit in that Pursuit of Flame level 1. Only 11 of the 30. As it looks like Frozen Punisher will be summoned for that. Mid lane, the Auric is going to try and Wraith Walk out, but Diablo is going to catch him in the disengage. That should be a kill on the Sven. I don't think Punisher's going to get much value, though. Punisher gets how much value in mid lane? It does not take down any of the gate at all. It gets damage in, and that's really about it. But another kill did go over to the right side, and they're still down experience. DeepDiveXtreme gets a kill. Gets a second kill, and is still behind in experience. Let's go ahead and cycle through the numbers and figure out where that experience deficit is formed from. I assume from minions. Oh, dang. What's up, Big Sid?
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
No message. Big Sid, thank you for the tier 1 for 34 months, almost 3 years of supporting the Best Boy Bandit. Thank you so very much, bud. Appreciate that. Natural agility from Hanzo over the wall, trying to back away. Sins exposed from the Johanna, reducing incoming healing. Dunk from Azmodan. Chunks down to 26 HP, and Hanzo backs away with 25 too much. My God, I am blown away by the fact that Hanzo lived there. I was watching the dunk, and I was like, he's either going to be just out of the circle or he dies from the hit. No, neither of those. Neither of those. Azmodan will use his heroic. He's got Demonic Invasion, got Riptire, Junkrat, Blink Heal, and Tomb and Blessed Shield. Demonic Invasion chunks on the bottom lane for it. Diablo has his reduced soul consumption and full souls. Lightning Breath, Bunny Hop, Ancestor Healing, Horrify, and Dragon's Arrow. That's the AoE stun. I did not look at the experience deficits, though, so I am curious really quickly. Mercenaries a little bit, minions as well. Yeah, that's okay. That's as expected. Arcane Punisher for bottom lane next. Diablo Shadow Charge is in. Right wing Blink Heal, Dragon's Arrow, side floated by Brightwing. A Concussion Mine maneuvers Rhaegar to the side. The Blessed Shield was used as well. D.Va in top lane needs to boost away from Leoric. Tap well. And Sonic Arrow takes down the gate of bottom lane. Johanna with Iron Skin stepping up. A little bit of harassment. Oh, my apologies. Gul'dan in mid lane does go down. Did not see the rotation collapse onto him. He didn't either, apparently. Horrify must have been just used as well. 66-second cooldown. Riptire for Siege onto the gate from Dino. Enzo stepping up a little bit. Dunk onto the minion wave. 136 stacks for your Azmodan. Does have that Master Destruction level 7, which is a great way to quickly clear waves, damage enemy heroes while getting stacks, or even clear out objective areas. 58 Taste for Explosions of 200 for the Junkrat also too. 51 of 200 on Stormcaller. It's still 200, right? Yeah. I think it used to be 300 or something. I want to say they reduced it not too long ago. An 18 stacks on Pursuit of Flame for your Gul'dan. Scatter goes out. Sonic Arrow there as well. D.Va boosting in. Objective phase has begun. A Shadow Charge lands into Johanna. The Iron Skin gets activated. Dragon's Arrow, Bunny Hop, Mecha Explosion at the tail end. Zones as the Lightning Breath comes through. Rhaegar gets the self-cast Ancestral. The Entomb from Leoric holds Rhaegar in, but he lunges through the dunk from Azmodan. The Demonic Invasion takes down Rhaegar. And we have an All-Shell Burn applied to Shizakid. D.Va Mech is going to be lost. Sven is 2 HP. And they just can't get the last hit they need. Also, it's 10 to 32 in Skeleton Defenders. Hanzo goes down. Horrified from Gul'dan. Big shots from D.Va. Gul'dan Pursuit of Flame is done. Diablo gets a Fire Stomp out. Gul'dan trying to throw in the last Fel Flames for the last 7 stacks. But Junkrat and Brightwing have the damage needed to take him down. That is so tilting on the side of DeepDiveXtreme. That is... Tilting isn't even the right word, man. That's so unfortunate. So bottom fort is guaranteed. Keep gate will be assailed, but I don't know how much siege will go into it because I already see Leoric in top lane. Azmodan's in mid. Oh no, Diablo. Oh no, Diablo. No, Diablo. Bonk. He shall be taken down. Punisher jumps into the gates of the keep. With the siege available, they should be able to take this down. Punisher just around 30%. Less shield into Gul'dan after the Condemn. Dragon's Arrow's the answer right back into the enemy team. Brightwing trying to blink away. There's going to be Felflames rocketing in. Crankle taken down. The Riptide from Junkrat. Rhaegar lunges in. Gul'dan taken down by Brightwing. Does she have like a fadeaway arcane flare or something? How the hell did Gul'dan? Oh. Okay. Okay, it was Junkrat. I must have misread it then. I swear I read Brightwing got credit for the kill, but it was Junkrat. I was like, wait, like, how did Brightwing even hit him? It's not even an auto attack range. It's not Dream Shot or anything. Anyways. Still, though, 8-5 in kills, 16 to just about 15 if you're curious about the experience. At the bottom of your screen. Next Punisher Mortar in the top lane. I think it's going to be around like 12 minutes, maybe a little bit more, like 12:30-ish. 12 to 12:30. Azmodan finished out his level 1 stacks. Gonna dunk into the wave to get a little extra damage onto the Impaler camp that was pushed up. And another Impaler camp to be cleared out through mid lane. Half a level to go for 16. Diva's gonna soak up a bit more in top. She should get about quarter level, maybe a little bit less. A little bit more picked up here from mid. Alright, 16 talents here, almost here on the right side. Rampant Hellfire is going to be a big one for Gul'dan as well. Iron Skin from Johanna activated as she backs away. Diva just boosting around the fort. And 16 picked up from top lane wave. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 89 stacks for your Rhaegar, level 1. Does go into the Rising Storm. 16. Giant Slayer, Hanzo, Rampant Hellfire, Holy Renewal. You've got your Crushing Hope with the Unyielding Despair. Maybe Burning Despair, but it's usually buried alive. We'll be seeing Hell Rift level 16. One of my favorites for Azmodan. Such a good siege talent. Oh, that's a good attuned onto Diablo. Does he have an angle to get a Shadow Charge onto Sven? Riptire activated way earlier. Must have been a misplay. That's going to be Mecha Explosion coming through. Crankle taken down by Rhaegar. The Ancestor will come through as well. Sven getting chunked. And that's Diablo full on souls. Our objective phase is here. Contestable. After the double kill comes through for DeepDiveXtreme. A big pickup in kills, experience, and potential objective. Already going to get some siege in. Diablo with the Shadow Charge into immediate overpower. Azmodan will get some fort defenses. Natural agility from Yoshiro over the wall. Diablo may have played this a little too aggressive. No Dragon's Arrow, no Lightning Breath, no Bunny Hopper Ancestral, but Horrify is available for Gul'dan. Unfortunately, Gul'dan is currently in bottom lane. I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, but this is 4v4 currently around this objective area. Azmodan dunking in. Sven the Leoric a little bit low. Is there a scatter from Hanzo? Laser from Azmodan forces Yoshiro to natural agility away. The Fascia from Brightwing helps out Sven health pool. Fort is still available, so they've got their wells. Sven taps. Johanna's on the way. Gul'dan will re-engage as well, pre-tapping well. And this is 5-member siege, or does Diva rotate out? I think she's rotating out. Punisher, decent damage already. Nice. Jump onto Johanna. Iron Skin activated, but decent damage onto the remaining gate tower. Heard a Dragon's Arrow. It landed, I believe, on Azmodan. There's a Riptire from Junkrat into the backline as well. Scatter going out to try and poke onto Junkrat health bar. Around 50% or more. Dunks from Azmodan to zone the enemies back. Good Fel Flames from Gul'dan, and huge pressure onto Leoric as he is going to be taken down. Fort will fall. Punisher at 20%. I would assume this is disengage. I don't even think they steal away the camp or anything. Diva, meanwhile, is also pushing bottom lane. Inspired minions and everything. Damage output is really good from Diva here. Johanna will clear out the wave. Diva proxies the incoming. But Diablo and friends are there. I think they're just focused onto the fort. I don't think they care about getting a Johanna kill. But that is, in structure numbers, that is parity. It's not truly equal, as mid lane's a little bit more defended than top lane, but hey, 1 fort to 1 fort, all keeps available. Next Punisher will be Arcane in the mid lane. in this series. Just maybe, DDX can take us into a map number 4. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Waiting to see what our 20s are going to be here. Scatter from Hanzo gets the dismount. Little Sonic Arrow for Vision as well. Sven. Looks like D.Va uses Mecha Explosion to clear out the top lane wave. I think Azmodan used his Demonic Invasion, as you see it on cooldown, to try and take down the fort. Won't be able to do so. Mecha Explosion clears that out. 300 baseline stacks for the Azmodan. It is Cannon Bowls for your Junkrat, a Blessed Shield, Radiating Faith. It is actually Burning Despair level 20. We did have the Unyielding, Crushing Hope, and then so we'll see Burning Despair. Azmodan goes into Sin's Grasp, and you've got Invisible Friends for the Bright Lane. Haunt for Gul'dan, which will increase the Horrify duration by 1 second, but also the enemies afflicted by Haunt have their, or Horrify, have their armor reduced by 20 during the duration. Hellgate Diablo, Bullseye Hanzo. I was wondering if we'd see Elemental Conduit for Rhaegar because of his Storm Caller level 1, as well as this Rising Storm 16, and absolutely we will. And Pop and Lock for the D.Va. The Elemental Conduit, for those that don't know, by the way, activate to gain a Lightning Shield and grant all nearby ally heroes a shield equal to 10% of their maximum health for 5 seconds. For up to 5 seconds after reactivating, hitting an enemy hero with this affects Lightning Shields. With this affects Lightning Shield gives nearby allies a shield equal to 1.5% of their maximum health for 5 seconds. That apostrophe always throws me off, but either way. 20s on both sides. Dragon's Arrow goes wide. Riptire from Junkrat has been summoned in this engagement, will be cleared away with no explosion value. Entomb placed on the ground. Azmodan pushes things up in bottom. He should be able to Hearth out unless D.Va can boost in. No, she can't even close that distance, and she'll mostly be focused on clearing things out. Gets the Catapult out first. 8 to 8 in kills, just about 21 to 20, or 21 to 21. Hanzo uses Scatter to get Vision, immediately finds the Johanna. Bullseye goes out as well. Some stats at the bottom if you are curious. Left side, Fallen Shaman to be grabbed for top lane. Azmodan will finish that one out. Alright. A big, potentially big objective phase for either side. Yo, what's up, Stark? Good to see you, God Fenrir. What's up, Kalavoth? What's up, Ninja? Sorry, I missed a few people in chat. What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Happy Saturday. Fire Stomp from the Diablo. Johanna stepping up with a Condemn. Azmodan dunks in, looking for something. D.Va boosting to safety on the right-hand side. Fallen Shaman pushing things up in top. Catapult in bottom, slowly working its way up. That's going to be a good Dragon's Arrow into the Azmodan. Fell Flames from Gul'dan are coming through. That's going to be a Hellgate from the Diablo as well. Rhaegar is the one to be taken down. Riptire into Yoshiro, who gets a natural agility at the end. Johanna will be traded. Diablo is full on souls. Polymorphed after the Shadow Charge in and will be taken down. Hanzo needs to use natural agility to get his health back, or it needs to get to the well before the Fallen Shaman takes it down. But this is looking like it's objective phase over to Rip. And yeah, this is nice Concussion Mine into Steel Trap, by the way. Nicely done from Dino right there, as Diablo might die back here. He is going to die back here. That's unfortunate. That actually might be the nail in the coffin. Diablo dead for 58, Rhaegar dead for 18 still. Hanzo, Gul'dan, D.Va to defend. Hanzo hearthing out. He needs to actually run to the Hall of Storms instead of hearthing, and that will be the opportune time to take down Keep. Yikes spikes. Yeah, this is not the first time we've seen Azmodan. It's he has been quite prevalent. Towers of Doom in this map are the two that I see him the most. Horrify from Gul'dan or Riptire. There's going to be Dragon's Arrow. Azmodan and Leoric do fall. The core is defended. What? I legit, like, I was mentally like, oh yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to defend this with what they have available. The enemy team has pretty decent siege with the Punisher, but, uh-oh, Blessed Shield, Concussion Mine, grenades will be coming out. Rhaegar is going to try and back away. The healing debuff is coming through. Johanna gets the last hit needed and a double kill from the Bush Party. Oh my god, that's got to be tilting. Dun, 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 dun. 3 stacks needed to finish out not cannonballs, the taster explosions. 12 stacks, nope, 22 stacks needed for your Asmodeano's baseline. No Subdone Johanna, Diablo at 36 souls. Stormcaller done, Simple Geometry, Pursuit of Flame, all those things done as well. Next Punisher bottom lane. Impaler Camp's moving in through. Mid and bottom. Favoring the side of Rip as a Riptire from Junkrat will be summoned to do that. There's still hope for my points. DeepDiveXtreme needs to basically win a really good fight at the tail end of this objective, and then they can win, because this is a very steep hill to climb for DeepDiveXtreme. I'm not counting them out by any means, but it's the cards are stacked against them, as they would say. One blunder from DeepDiveXtreme and it's over. One blunder from Rip and you lose your keep and maybe your fort. Or maybe your fort then your keep or something. You know, it just really depends on where the fight takes place and stuff like that. But it's Here's the Storm. There's, in my opinion, there's always a fighting chance. Unless your Vala AFKs in top lane and keeps running into towers, then maybe not. maybe not in that situation. Sven will Hearth out for full HP. I'm just waiting for objective announcement, I really do feel. Until then, it's just waves being cleared as they arrive at Rubbles of Keep or at the Keeps. But there's going to be your Mortar Punisher. Bottom lane coming up next. Sonic Arrow for a little bit of vision. Junkrat Cannonballs to do the same thing. Gets a dismount onto Diablo. Asmodean fully finished on his Annihilation baseline. He does have the extra damage, basically, and I believe it's... Does it give you AoE? No, that's Pride gives you the AoE. This is just damage, basically. Yeah. Purely a damage upgrade. Pride is the one that gives you more AoE. Mecha Explosion. They have a few Skeletal Defenders. Diablo, 82 souls, by the way. Does not have a respawn. Looking to pick up a little bit more with that Soul to Flame Fire Stomp. Asmodean pushing up mid lane wave a little bit more. Rhaegar, Storm Shield activated. Duncan from Asmodean. 16 to 20. Dragon's Arrow lands onto a few. Johanna Iron Skip is already activated. The Lightning Breath from Diablo point blank into Asmodean's face as the Lightning Breath will expire. The Ancestor comes out a little too late. A dunk from Asmodean denies D.Va her mech. Leorc with a big skeletal swing. And I think Rip are going to go for objective still. All right. Hansa Gul'dan D.Va to defend. We've been here before. We have been in this exact same spot before. As Johanna steps up to chase onto D.Va. Big shot onto Dino lands. D.Va will have her mech available. Yoshiro gets hit with a grenade, losing like a good fifth of his HP from that. Riptire, point blank, doesn't get the kill. The core defenses will help out. The core armor, excuse me, will help out, but Virgil will be taken down by Brightwing autos. Junkrat will fall. And this is going to be Rip taking the first best of 5 of the day in a 3-0. GG, well played. Well, our first of 2 best of 5s are in the books. And don't forget, we have StarCraft 2 casting. Oh, Stark, if you're around, what's the overlay for StarCraft? There's like 3 or 4 different overlays. Zombie Grub said, please don't use the default. So I put on WCS 3.0. That's the one I turned on. I assumed WCS seemed like the right one to use. But there's like 1v1 split. There's like Pro 2022 or something. I don't know if you know offhand, but that was the only thing Zombie Grub asked for, was please don't use the the default overlay, which, if I know anything from Here's the Storm default overlay, it's poo-poo butts.